Hey, what is going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. We have some C8 Corvette Z06 news on the horizon starting off today. On the bright side, at least we have back-to-back days of videos. I usually like to space them out a little bit, but given the information that was made available yesterday and now that information is deemed inaccurate because of an update General Motors pushed out, I think it's important for me to get the actual facts out there for everybody to have. And as far as intros go, real quick, as you know, I like to get straight to the point and be concise. So if you like the content style, you like the channel, you want to support a fellow Corvette enthusiast, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to leave a comment down below to improve my engagement score. So a quick recap of things that we're going to cover in today's video: the updated allocation information, the new and improved allocation process where they're doing a different kind of grouping. We'll cover the details available on that, and most importantly, the sad news of the Z06 constraints for the remainder of the 2023 model year. We are going to know the percentage of Z06s made out of the total Corvette pool, and it is far less than anything that was projected and predicted. We also are going to find out the absolutely abysmally small number of Z07s that are going to be available for the remainder of this model year as well. So without further ado, let's dive right in. A recap of information we had available yesterday: there were 196 allocations given for the C8 Z06, of which at the time the information was none were available to the major dealerships that we know as MSRP dealers. As the hours of yesterday progressed, bigger dealerships actually started getting their allocations made available to them, and what General Motors put out for information is that there are 3 allocation pools for the Z06. What they're doing is they're lumping large dealerships, medium-sized dealerships, and smaller dealerships into subgroups and determining allocation based on what group they fall in. The advertised advantage here is that smaller dealerships aren't fighting with allocation quantities with some of the bigger groups, as they are in their own separate allocation pool. And so the smaller dealerships are effectively fighting within their smaller pool for more allocation, the medium dealerships are within their pool, and the large dealerships are competing with the larger dealerships that get more allocation and volume, but they're competing with one another for allocation. So some of the larger dealerships earlier in the day had 0 allocation, but as the day progressed, their allocation became available to them, and they were able to see what their ordering quantities were for the C8 Z06. So the national allocation count for the Z06 is actually 281 Z06 cars within the August allocation cycle, of which 85 are Aero cars. So effectively only 30% of Z06s can be ordered with the Aero package. I'm going to share a couple screenshots here. There's mixed information on what the allocation count for each pool is. As of last night, it was 196, I think 59, and then 26 for the 3 groups. But this morning, the middle group looks like it got bumped up to in the mid-90s. And so as you can see, these numbers are kind of increasing by day, which is a little different than how the allocation has been previously for the Corvette C8 Stingray. Between all 3, we have 0 availability for the red calipers, and we have 0 availability for the 70th anniversary edition. Coincidentally, the 70th anniversary edition does have red calipers, so not sure if the 2 are intertwined at this time. So that kind of clears up some of the confusion from yesterday as this information was trickling in. We now have more transparency on this pool-based allocation process of large, medium, and small dealerships, and it will be interesting to see how that unfolds going forward. The other bit of news that I have to share today, and nobody's really talking about this since it just leaked on the Corvette forums early this morning, is that there is a screenshot available from what looks like a scheduling and constraints chart for the 2022/2023 model year of the Chevrolet Corvette. And it does in large part align with some of the numbers that we saw yesterday, and that is saying that unlike the previous stated rumors that Chevrolet was going to make 20 to 30% of Corvette Stingrays as Z06s, it seems like for the 2023 model year, due to plant and supplier restrictions, only 10% of the Corvette production is going to be Z06 models. The more important piece is only 3% of the national quantity of allocation for the entire model year, which is the duration of the constraint per this screenshot, is an abysmal 3%, which kind of makes sense why the Z07 package is priced where it is, because it is going to be a very exclusive package for the 2023 model year. So for example, in the 2021 model year, they built 26,261 C8 Corvette Stingrays. If this information holds true, there will only be 2,621 C8 Z06s made for 2023, of which only 786 will be the Z07 package, which makes the Z07 package almost impossible to get a hold of for a small dealership. And this is just a hypothetical based on previous production years, but it still gives us a rough idea of the numbers we can expect to see for 2023. With nearly 3,000 Chevrolet dealerships spread across the country, you're talking less than one car per dealership. If some of the bigger dealerships start taking up 10, 15, 20 allocations, it's going to be really hard to have a dealership in the bottom 50th percentile even get a C8 Z06. And some of this also aligns with the information that was made available earlier in the week that the carbon fiber wheels, both visible and carbon flash painted, are now available for the non-Z07 package, which was not the case when the Z06 was announced. And so you can start seeing General Motors decoupling some of the Z07 package options to be available on the non-Z07 car, which ultimately means you can get something that's similar to a Z07 without actually getting the Z07, which is going to be a low production count. So I know this is a lot of information, there's a lot of questions. Obviously most of these press releases when put out for the Z06 raise more questions than they answer, but reading between the lines, it seems like for the 2023 model year, we're going to be holding true to General Motors' promise that it's going to be a slow and ramp up process for the rollout. I personally think this pool-based allocation system between large, medium, and small dealers is going to be a good thing in certain aspects only if General Motors is true to their word and pulling back allocations from ADM dealers, which was not the case in this allocation cycle. We have multiple examples of well-known ADM and markup dealers getting these allocations to then sell to customers for a huge premium. And my rant from yesterday does hold true, but I won't rehash out those details. You can check out that video about my whole thought process on General Motors targeting predatory behavior. So this is kind of our full-blown update of all the information that is available right now. I tried to get through it in the most concise manner as I could to get all the facts out to all the viewers. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. If you have not already, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you get the updates as I post the videos for them. There is a ton of C8R content coming down the pipeline. I do want to add to the ownership experience series on the channel with that particular car, so stay tuned for that. And as always, until the next video, I look forward to seeing all of you in the comment section below.